Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra, and here on this channel we are all about real makeup for real life and real people. Hi, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing really well. I'm doing pretty well myself. We're having some fall weather here in northern Colorado. Very cool in the 40s and 50s at night and up in the 70s and 80s during the day. So that's happening. But I really and truly hope that you're doing well right now, and if you're not, I hope this video helps in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just to take your mind off of things for a little while. So if you're new to my channel, every month I shop my stash. I look for products that I want to focus in on for the month, and this is honestly my favorite video that I film every month, and I'm very excited to shop today, so why don't we go ahead and get into it. Okay, here is this month's wacky angle for shopping my stash, as always. So new to my primers this month is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer, and I really did enjoy that. I think, however, this month I want to bring in the Pores No More Luminizer Primer from Dr. Brandt. I had this primer before and used it almost all the way up, and I kind of want to use it again. I'm finally getting to the point where I'll be able to wear more glowy products now that it's not so hot outside. And while this is glowy, it still has a skin smoothing effect, and I think it might be perfect for this month. Alright, so here we are in my foundation drawer. Last month we had in the Revlon Candid foundation, and I found it really mixed well with my Dior Face and Body foundation I was trying to finish up. This month, however, I think I want to try out a couple of new ones that I've ended up with through promos and things like that. This is the NU YSL Bare Look Tint. What shade did I pick up? I think NU2, is that the shade? Anyways, I haven't tried this yet. It's supposed to be more of a sheer coverage, so I'm going to pull that one. And then I also had picked up recently the Lancome Idole Ultrawear foundation, the shade 310 Bisque. I have no idea if these shades are going to work for me, but I do want to try them out. And as a reminder, I am panning this guy right here. Alright, here we are in my concealer drawer. I am so tempted to put this Lancome one in because I wore it again this morning and I just absolutely adore it. Last month we had in the Oma Beauty and I really did enjoy that. I have not tried this e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer, and I do want to retry this Flower Beauty one, but I think it might be too light at this point in time. What else can we look at here? This might be an option. I do have the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener in the shade Seashell. That's a possibility. My Fit Me, I love that stuff. Or my Milk Makeup. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the Milk Makeup for this month. I've had this for a minute now. It's a little bit of one of my deeper concealers while I still have some color left to my skin. And also, I just don't feel like I know this as well as I know other concealers in my collection. So I'm going to use this one, and I have the shade Light Sand. Alright, here we are in the powder drawer. I have not acquired any new powders this month, but we did have in last month the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder, as well as my Rimmel Stay Matte. This is definitely growing on me. I'm glad I pulled it back out of my declutters, and I was surprised how much I really liked the Huda Beauty one. But this month, for a pressed powder, I would like to pull in my MAC, what is it, Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light Plus. I haven't pulled this in a while, so I'm going to bring this one in. And And I think for loose powder, I'm going to pull in my new shade of the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder. I don't think I've used this since I got the correct shade. I used to have light pink. Oh yeah, I have used it. I used to have this shade light pink, but now I just have the shade light, which is better for my skin tone. So I'm going to pull those two in. I like to try and pull a pressed and a loose every month. That way everybody's getting a little love. Bronzer. This is always the hardest drawer, but I do know for sure this month I want to pull in the Juvia's Place Bronze Light. I've really not used this nor formed my opinions, and that's kind of partially the point of my Shop My Stashes. So I am going to pull this in even though I'm working on 2 other powder bronzers in projects. I just really want to get to know this one. And I do not think I want to pull in any cream bronzers this month. I am still trying to finish up my Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. And then I also have the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm on deck for, I think it's Partners in Cream. So I'm just going to go with the Juvia's Place one this month. All right, here we are for highlighter. Boy, what do we think? I am working on 2 highlighters, my Becca Opal highlighter as well as Lunch Money from ColourPop. So if I do pull something, I want it to be like non-golden. Actually, I think I might pull this in. This is, or was, a gift from my daughter. It is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Lilac Geode, and it's actually a really beautiful color, and I haven't played with it since last year, I think, so I'm gonna pull that in. Something different. Here we are in my powder blush drawer. I did have a little tidy up in here, so hopefully it looks better than it normally does. And to be honest, I think what I would like to pull this month would be this Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush Quad from the Ghost collection. Anyways, I think this is really pretty. I think it would be nice for layering over the cream blushes that I'm working on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this, and that'll be it for powder blush. All right, here we are in my cream blush drawer. Yowza. I think that I would like to pull in this Rare Beauty blush. This is a Stay Vulnerable melting blush in the shade Nearly Apricot. It's really pretty. I just haven't found my groove with this yet because I guess maybe I haven't used it enough. I don't honestly know, but I also think it'd be a really pretty fall color. Actually, I have not pulled this into a Shop My Stash yet. This is the Kosas Color and Light Creme in the shade Tropic Equinox. So I think I'll bring this in. I think the highlighter would be a nice option as well. And I'm just, you know, kind of itching to get into this one a little more. All right, and then lastly, before we get into the single eye products drawer, I wanted to mention that I am pulling in this beauty right here for my face palette this month. Hubby always buys a treat for me around the holidays. I realize this is not from the holiday collection, but around the holidays, something Charlotte Tilbury for me to review. I don't think I'll do a dedicated review on this, but I will review it. And this is the Nudegasm face palette. I am wearing it today, in case you're curious, and it's quite beautiful. And so I am going to pull that in. So here we are in my single eyeshadow drawer. I also have things like liners, extra mascaras, extra brow products. I do want to pull this in this month. I almost never have used this since I bought it, and I really need to. It is a liquid or gel liner in the shade Dip Down from MAC. So I'm going to pull that in. And then the other thing I've been itching to use, I've only swatched this. It is one of the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows that was on sale for Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. However, you guys know I was doing a 1 month 1 palette, only substituting that palette with my Project Pan eyeshadow, so I've yet to put this on my eyeballs, but I cannot wait. So that's gonna come in this month as well. And I think that is all. So let's look at palettes. But before we get into palettes, I did want to remind you which fall palettes that we picked out, or that I chose in my top 10 eyeshadow palettes for fall. And I will link that video in case you missed it. But we do have the Star Wars Mandalorian palette, the That's Taupe palette from ColourPop also, and the At First Sight palette from ColourPop, Natasha Denona Bronze palette, Persona Identity 2 palette, my Jackie Aina and ABH palette, Juvia's Place Nomad palette, Natasha Denona Metropolis, of course, and upside down, my Natasha Denona Triochrome palette. Obviously, I'm going to be pulling in retro. I'm going to be doing a multi-look video. I kind of am thinking about doing a multi-look combining the retro and the glam palette. They're kind of meant to go together, if you will. Here's retro and here is glam. So, I don't know. You guys, what do you think? So maybe I will pull both of those. And then the last one is this puppy right here. This is the mini Zendo. Like the mini retro, I do not think this gives any similar vibes to its midi counterpart, but it's still beautiful. I still really wanted this, so I went ahead and picked this up recently. So those are the 3 palettes that I will be giving specific love to this month. All right, here we are with my lip collection, and I really don't know what I'm looking for this month, other than maybe some fall lippies and or lippies I think will go really well with the retro palette. I think anything goes with the glam palette, really. So, which one are you? No, not you. I do think I want to pull in my glazed mauve, what are these called? Melting Glass Shine lipsticks from Revlon. It's such a pretty mauve color, so that'll go nicely with the retro. But I also would like to pull my Rum Raisin shade in the same formula. Looks like though. 2 very easy wearable lips. I don't think, I'm not feeling that one. This is my matte lip balm from NARS in the shade Touch Me. Excuse how unbearably dry my hands are. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty shade. And I'm curious how close this Armani one is to the NARS one. Oh no, that's quite different. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull that in. And let's go to a different drawer. All right, here we are in my lip pencil and liquid lipstick drawer. One thing, that I want to give a try to is this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Nude Mood. It's a pretty color, and especially for fall, it's a pretty nude. I think I just need to accept that even though it's a liquid lipstick, I can put a gloss over it to make it more comfortable. That just doesn't make it, as transfer proof. But I do think I'll pull that in. Let's see. This thing is amazing. This I talked about in my month in review, the Sephora Melting Lip Clicks. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to pull this puppy in because if I don't use it soon, I'm just going to declutter it. I love this color, but for some reason, it suddenly, scares me. But it's such a pretty color. It's something, that will go badly. These are discontinued from Marc Jacobs. The shade is Plum and Get It. It's the Lamarck Liquid Lip Crown. So I'm going to pull that one. And let's look at gloss. At least what's in here. actually feel like I'm going to pull in, if I can pull it out, my Tower 28 gloss in the shade Cashew. That's a beautiful fall shade. And now I'm taking you for a ride to the wall of Charlotte Tilbury and Lifter glosses. I think for this month, I really want to pull, where are you? Ooh, Bond Girl, yeah. Walk of No Shame. Looks like this. I think that's a beautiful fall shade, something a little different, and one that doesn't get as much love from me as these other ones do. And then for a gloss, it's so hard to choose. Who are you? Which one are you? You are Stone, maybe. This shade would be pretty with the retro palette, I think. This is the shade Silk. So grab that one. And then I also want to grab this one. This was a gift from a friend in the shade Ice, and I absolutely love this shade. It's one of my favorite glosses to wear like just with a lip liner. So I'm going to pull that one. And I think that'll be it. So let's look at what we pulled. Okay, so these are all the lippies we picked. Quite a good variety there, and I like a variety. And then of course I've put my palettes over here in with my fall palettes, so that's where those will be. I also have my Charlotte Tilbury facial palette. That's weird. I don't know why I said facial. And then here are all the other face products that we picked. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now back to future Kyra or past Kyra, one of those two. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little peek into my collection, some thoughts on products, as well as the products that I'll be concentrating on using for the month. In case you're ever curious about how I do this in conjunction with the multiple project pans that I'm working on, I tend to rotate every day. So if yesterday I used my Project Pan foundation, then the next day I'll use my Shop My Stash foundation, and then I'll alternate back and forth. That's just how it works best for me. I mean, I'm not a huge stickler in terms of sticking to that, but that does tend to be how I do things. So hopefully that's helpful to you in some way in case you want to incorporate things from your own stash, but you still want to make progress on things that you're trying to use up. I hope you are shopping your stash this month. If you are, let us know down below. Did you shop your stash with anything specific in mind? Are you shopping for fall? Are you shopping for certain color stories? Let us know down below. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.